Yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make those melodic new OSAMASON type beats that have been taken over the underground. So for these new beats, you're going to want to be around 145 to 155 BPM. So I'm just going to go ahead and go right in the middle at 150. So first things first, I kind of want to just get a pad so I can get down my chord progression. And for that, let's just go ahead and open up Xenology. All right, so let's just put this in C sharp major. And let's just take out a bass so I can get down my root note. All right, make sure you know how to do this bullshit that everybody knows how to do so that your notes don't collide with each other. Alright, so I got something going right here, and honestly, I just use this as a blueprint. I'm probably going to change this later on in the beat. Alright, now second, let's open up Xenology, and we can go to the synth pad section and make some chords. To make my chords, I'm just going to place a note on my root note, and I'm going to skip a note, place, skip a note, place, skip a note, place. When you make chords, you don't have to follow a specific formula like the one that I said earlier. So you can just use it as a blueprint, but don't feel afraid to change the notes to whatever sounds good. All right, so now I'm gonna look for a key. I don't know. I'm trying to make some like boom, 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 boom. Okay, I got the exact boom boom sound I wanted, and as I just meant repetitive. So I followed all the root notes, but for these bottom two bass notes, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna send them up an octave because it's gonna sound better. So for this key that I have here, I felt like the reverb was too much, so I'm just gonna do this envelope, but as you can hear, it doesn't sound good when it just like cuts off each time. So I'm gonna turn up the decay and sustain and the relinquish. Alright, so I got this melody laid down already, but I kind of want to counter melody with some piano like this. What the fuck? Alright, I kind of want something like to arpeggiate.
Yo, this is me, OSAMASON. Subscribe to my boy Nizar. He makes the best beats.
Alright, so I know I was talking about this earlier, and I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to kind of change up the bass pad. Well, not change it, but just have the notes play. Okay, there we go. I think this plug could have a little bit more more background, so I'm just gonna layer it. Alright, I'm gonna kind of add like artificial delay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these plugs, I'm gonna repeat them, I'm gonna put them one note forward so it's kind of playing a double time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the velocity down to where it's just gonna sound like a mini echo. I feel like it's hitting too hard, so I'm gonna put the envelope up, and then I'm gonna put the attack a little higher. Just gonna test out some other sounds. Alright, I like that. I'm I'm just gonna EQ out the low ends of my melody right now, just so whenever I add an 808 later, it doesn't collide and doesn't sound muddy. All right, let's look for a lead. I just want a high lead. I'm gonna see if Xenology has something. And I just have one top lead. Let's see if I can replace it with something better. Alright, I kind of want to add some more to it, make it glitch out, so I'm going to use Portal. But I never used this before, so I just need to find something that sounds good. Let's filter out the highs. I just changed the preset that I'm using for some of my leads. Let's just add an organ layer for some more depth. Alright, with drums, I always hear everybody saying that you gotta start with the hi-hats, and that's just not true. You don't have to. I recommend it a lot of the time, they're right. But if you have a certain drum pattern in your mind that's not a hi-hat, you don't have to do the hi-hats right away. Like for example, I'm just gonna put my 808s down first. Before you start laying down your 808s, make sure all your instruments in your melody have a high pass filter so that all the lower frequencies can get cut out. And if you don't do that, it's going to sound real muddy. So all I did was just go up an octave and follow all my bass notes. Went ahead with this basic spins 808 and there's not much of a big difference. It's just that it's a little more punchier than the original one. Whenever you make your 808 or lead patterns, make sure that the 808s and lead go together because the 808 is basically an instrument. It's not just a drum. So they should complement each other. And that's why it's not always a bad idea to wait to make your leads or add an additional one after you make your 808, and your beat is going to sound so much bouncier. let's start with the drums. I'm gonna make every other hi-hat play at a lower velocity to add some more bounce. Good. I'm just picking out whatever drums sound good for this type of beat. I took out an open hat and a counter snare. What the fuck? Alright, let's just do some simple mixing. On my master channel, I like to put an EQ where I just slightly raise the low lows and then filter out some of the highs. Make sure you add a soft flipper too. To mix the drums, I like to add some distortion to them. That's about it. Alright, now let's just make it a 9-vicious beat. Let's finally arrange the beat. Alright, let's place down everything. And let's just start with the melody. After listening to it for a while, I feel like the 808 kind of hits too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double the pattern length and I'm just gonna remove some 808s. Okay, finally, you just have to add the most important thing to the beat, which is the producer tag. All right, now here's the final beat.